didn't go to your mother-in-law's there, Chuck?
Oh no, I'm going. I'm going here first.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my brother-in-law, he works Sundays. He doesn't get off usually till about now, but
Right.
we'll go over in a little bit. Stephanie's actually over. She's been working part-time over Golden Corral a little bit on weekends, so she'll be off just a little bit. We'll go. She'll get here about 7:30. Like that. Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely not a traditional Sunday dinner time, I guess, for a lot of people. But for us, that's pretty much how it goes.
Understood.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Just keep on moving and pushing.
Really odd thing. I was sitting here looking at scheduled events on PTE, and
What's that?
I've got it set for 100 items per page on PTE. I was looking at the event.
Oh, I know, man. It's annoying. And if you have more than 100 events, yeah, I agree.
It's not even showing me 100 though. It's just showing me.
Well,
like
you
10.
gotta set it to 100 at the bottom, and you gotta do it every time.
I did.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm saying it's weird.
It's frustrating. I agree. Very frustrating. But hey, JR, Phantom, Mystical, Clever. Good to see you all as people are rolling in. It's all good.
Holy cow, that music.
What's that?
Your music, it's like epic level.
Of course, man, because here, I don't know if I should, well, here, let me run this next. Yeah, man. Come on. So, virtual Greyhawk, keep on looking up. The ever mysterious Tim will be on, but I don't have any idea when, because that's what he is, ever mysterious, so I just don't know.
He's gonna keep you on your toes.
Well, he doesn't know what he's doing day to day, minute to minute, so. Yep, something like that. Definitely. So, okay. Everyone good? Awesome. I think hour 2 is John's not coming now, so you can just grab Reborn and Phoenix, Rocky, grab Reborn and Rob Phantom are definitely coming for the second round, right? And then probably Tim will be on the second round. So we're missing, and Wiley Hobbit as well. So we're missing John Phoenixy right now. Hey, Garner.
Hello.
Good to see you.
How's that whole digging going?
Well, what's somebody actually going to say instead of "I'm digging to the other side of Orth"? I mean,
You're digging through the inner planes.
Well, yeah, but what's happened was they were in the Earth Elemental Temple, and they kept digging for all the treasure in there.
Yeah.
And one of my players kept saying, "You're digging to China. You need to keep digging to China." And I was like, "I don't even know how to correct you."
You dig to Lin. You dig to the Empire of Lin.
Okay, you dig to the Empire of Lin. There you go.
That would be the equivalent. That's probably as far away as anyone in the Flannies would have any recollection of the name, so to speak.
Oh, one of the best one-liners of all time from Roadhouse. Dig a hole.
Evil consumes all it knows. Good.
But that's I sent you the picture. That's where you will end up. I took the degrees on one end and the degrees on the other end of the globe. So that's where you will end up.
Codex Infernum
Awesome.
and
Chuck,
Codex Exalted.
Anna's talking over your
Two
head.
source books that bring in-depth knowledge.
No, I'm kidding.
I don't know if they'll hear or not.
Reaches
You
in
look
the
at the
Depends on
camera,
where
listen.
your sound is set to.
You guys, you invited Chuck? Like,
full color
what's up with that?
new creatures.
Well,
No, I'm not
new
invited.
powers.
I'm part of
Yeah.
the fixture
He
around
just
here,
shows
Garner.
up.
Come on.
He has the codes. He
Chuck
will
is,
go in.
I'm just here to give.
Backgrounds,
I'm just a.
mechanics,
being used.
He's here to give stuff
and
out, but
much
that's
more.
next week. So
These incredible tones.
I won't tell him how
are
much stuff
filled
I got
with
from
demons
Frog
and
God
angels,
either, so I won't make him feel
devils,
bad.
and celestials.
I'm kidding.
Unleashing the
I'm not gonna
powers
feel
of
bad.
good and evil.
Yeah,
All
Doggo.
chaos
Yes.
on
Yeah.
your table.
Yes,
The
he's
Protosis
feeling a little.
Infernum and
He needs a little
Exaltum,
attention.
bringing creatures hallowed
That's
and
cool. Hi,
profane
buddy.
into your adventures.
The other
Pledge
one's
and
being all
share
nice and
today.
behaved. Why can't you?
They're dogs, right? It's like one. I have a bad cat and a good cat. You know, it's the same thing.
Yes, yes, it is exactly the same thing. And a dumb dog and a smart dog. You're the dumb one.
Good to see everyone tonight. It's getting rolling here. So Garner, you don't produce the game tonight on the Gabbin channel, right? That's Matt does it.
So it's Matt's is actually 3 hours before my spot. We're fixing that. I was told that I needed to, move mine in order to accommodate. So I will be moving mine up 3 hours next week.
Oh, okay.
So it will be from 3 to 7 Eastern. So I will almost always be available for you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. And that's cool. And I guess that works for Bushra. Is that why?
No, it's actually there are two reasons. One is that actually it really didn't matter about Matt's timing. The Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is going to do in-game stuff for us, and that'll happen.
I hit a wrong button. Aha!
Wow, already?
Yeah, already.
That didn't take long.
It did. There's Robert.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hey,
I may only have. Oh, I'm not even gonna figure it out. It don't matter. My brain said that was a harrowing game today, Chuck. You know that, right?
Oh yeah. I enjoyed it.
It was good. We got a lot of. All right. Okay. Awesome. What time we got? Look at that, 6:54. Perfect. Yes, wrong button. Hey, Myriad, good to see you. So 491 Phantom, you're Dennis. I couldn't even figure it out, man. Right? All right. I was like, who's Dennis Calendar? I couldn't remember. And I was like, oh, okay. Yes, you got Tarish Ming. He's 16th seed. That's all right. Chuck used to be 16th seed, but he's worked his way up. Josh Death Dealer. So that's good. Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, we hear you just fine.
Yeah, he can hear me. Yes, 16th seed. All right, good. Now I feel much better. But I sent you the email. I got all the characters out and all. So it's good. I mean, we're set. I actually will have all the characters that are participating scrolling through all the pictures. So, Prelude show, an annual event here, 4th year. So, everyone gets to talk about their games, get see where we're going to fill some seats, which is barely anywhere this year. It's amazing. Are all your games sold out, Lindsay and Garner? Pretty close,
there was
right?
One spot open in one game, and it may or may not still be open. I'll actually check it right now. So
Yeah, we did it all under his, just to make it easy. So
Yeah.
he'll have to check.
Cool.
This is the earliest I've had my games filled.
Yours sold out like in like 2 hours, I think, Rob, didn't it?
Yeah,
Pretty quick.
mine was filled quick.
That's
I
great.
think well, let's put it this way, I had 4 out of 6 like almost immediately, And then the final two, there might have been a little bit of a miscommunication, but they both decided to stay in the game. So
Good.
I'll get to that in a bit, though.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about too. One of them contact. It's okay, man. It's okay. So good evening. Anna and I are hosting tonight, of course. Welcome to another Gabbin number 268. My gosh, we're gonna have guests rolling in all night. Okay, and we're gonna discuss a lot of the highlighted streams. And just you guys feel free to ask any questions, and we'll talk about some of the guests that are playing in special events, which we got a fair number of them again this year, and it's exciting. And we'll go over the schedule and do some other things. Here comes Mike Disney into good. So there we go. We got a filled first couple rows there. Let's round table it for everyone who all the guests that are in. So Lindsay, why don't you just go first? A lot of people know you from the new recruit game. So.
Yeah, so in the new recruit game, I play Lexus, but my name is Lindsay. Other guys known as Tempest, whatever you really want to call me. I'm an artist, a programmer, just about, there's a lot of titles that could go on here. But I'll be running a couple games from Ghost of Saltmarsh this upcoming weekend, and I'm really excited because I've never run in Greyhawk before.
That's awesome.
So,
multiple times too, and one of them we got on the highlighted stream list. So
yeah, which is exciting. But I'm a little nervous.
Oh, don't worry about it. Because you're going to be right after like Tim's game, so what could go wrong? Don't worry about it. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you. And then your partner in crime, your father, Garner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm the one that harasses Lindsay every time she plays with Jay and make sure that I give him as many specials as possible. Yeah, that's right. And everybody should. I mean, everybody respect your game master, your dungeon master, and make sure that you give them all of those, right, Jay?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I run Chaotic Good Gaming, and I'm also in charge of communications for GaryCon. And I started playing in Greyhawk originally, and that's definitely my favorite. What I've done also is I've been heavily involved in the Fantasy Grounds community, and I've converted most of the OARs, which are on my bookshelf behind me, to Fantasy Grounds as well too. So those were my go-tos, and I'm still regularly running Temple of Elemental Evil. But nice. This one we wanted to change it up a little bit because I've been doing OARs for a number of different years, and we picked up the Ghosts of Saltmarsh. Lindsay will be primarily running the first two. We will co-do it. I'll do a few things on her games and streams and whatnot, and then I'll be running the Final Enemy as well. So
fantastic.
Definitely excited for that.
Excellent.
Definitely a partner in crime.
That's great.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to do it. We'll go into the schedule in a little more detail on what you got going in a little bit here. And thank you both for coming on. Chuck, I know we got you for like what, 20 more minutes, 25 more minutes. So
yeah, before the boss gets here.
All right. Well,
the real boss.
You're your own boss. So
yeah, yes, sure.
And then
keep telling yourself
before we go,
we can pretend.
We go, we'll see. Is Josh Jeff Dealer going to have is going to win a round? Well, we'll talk about that. I already told him something. So go ahead, Chuck. Introduce yourself, although you don't need an introduction.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. I'm Chuck Cumbo, the community director for Prologue Games, and just hanging out. Looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be a lot of games, a lot of fun.
Oh, plus
we've got a panel and a couple games.
Aren't we doing a special giveaway? Aren't we doing a special giveaway too?
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna have to tell me before we go, and then
it's got signatures on it.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll have some good stuff. I got a couple classic D&D reprints going now. So hit that up, Ron. Captain Ron, I'll see you second hour for Greyhawk Reborn on there. Good to see everyone. Please enjoy the discussion here. Robert Phantom, what's going on, man?
Yes. Oh wow! Can you believe this is number 4 already?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like yesterday that we were scrambling to try to figure out how to set everything up for the first one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this year I've decided that I'm only running one game instead of 2. Though like I said, I would have filled in if necessary. However, I am playing in what seems to be all the games. I'm everywhere. If you're not sick of me by the end of this weekend, well, then you haven't been watching enough. That's what I say.
Plus, we'll also talk about a special appearance by Robert for the joust.
Yes.
Yes. So there you go. And hopefully you get to kick Josh Steph Dealer's ass. I'm kidding,
Why you
Chuck.
be that way, Jay? Why you be that way?
Another jousting member and a crafting stream
That's a pot stir.
extraordinaire, Mike Disney. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's going on? Thank you for having me on.
Of course, man. You got we'll talk about your painting stream coming up in a little bit. So tell everyone live how your con went, your own little Mike Disney con.
Yeah, we had a Disney Con this past weekend, and it was a success. Everybody had a really good time.
Cool.
There was a lot of games, a lot of painting. We had three painting competitions. One was speed paint, one was overall paint, and one was best new painter. So,
cool.
Somebody took first. The one person took first in best new painter, third in the speed painting, and third in the regular open miniatures. So she did really, really good for her first time. I mean, she's only painted like 2 minis, I think. Yeah, just 2 minis, and she won all that. So it was a good time, and hopefully we get to do it again next year. Looking forward to Greyhawk Con. So that's going to be, or virtual Greyhawk Con, I'm sorry. That's going to be a lot of fun. Am I opening it up this year? Or
no, you're noon to 2 on Friday, so we actually had 2 streams before you.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
man. Because you didn't want to open it up because Phoenixi's in John, who should be on any minute, because he's in Japan, so he's starting like 7 o'clock in the morning, because of his schedule. Someone else is hopping on too. I don't know how long we'll have this individual. Oh no! Jack shaking his head.
Hello, you humans.
The ever mysterious Grim is on. So yes.
Somebody's got to represent the humanoids.
Yes.
And it ain't going to be you, Slim.
Definitely not. Well, Tim, thanks for coming on, and we'll talk about your event shortly too. We got a lot of great stuff going. So I'll say this: I want to say thank you to everyone. And Anna, you're center square right now. What do you got to say about what's going on here?
I'm just amazed at all the cool stuff that is lining up here. So the little thing we started 4 years ago is growing, and it's amazing. I'm just sorry that my life kind of halfway imploded a couple of weeks before. So I ended up several weeks behind. So therefore my contribution will be much less than I thought and hoped. So I'm just sorry to everyone that signed up to my game that didn't have chance to prep. So I'm so sorry for that.
So I'll put this out here multiple times tonight. I'm looking for a streamer from 11 to 3 on Sunday. You can't be in something already. You can't pull other people out who already signed up for other events. But if you got time in that 4-hour window to run something, that is the time slot. It would be 11 p.m. to 3 p.m. 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Sunday, second stream of the day. Just let me know. If not, it's not the end of the world. So this is an illusion. What's up, Skagath? Yeah, another con, man. Skagath was participating in the very first one, all the way from Sweden. He had an entire European cast, if I recall correctly, or almost in its entirety. All right, so I have the screen up, and there's always jockeying going, and things open up. Someone must have canceled. There's one ticket for Dane Gigsburg. It looks like open now. All right, I think that's Curtis J. Hafner's game. There's one ticket for the Dawn Chaser that looks like it's opened up because these were all sold out last time I checked. This one, there's a Greyhawk Reborn with one ticket. This one right here is the one, Saturday, October 7th, 10 a.m. 4 tickets open, Brunch in the Dying Earth. It's the only game that really is not sold out. And then you got one for Blood of Ayus down here. Someone must you got one for Shadow of Lyric's Tower. That's John's game. So someone must have canceled out of that too. That's the Saturday night game after the joust. So that's a great one to get into. So, and then you got one for another one here for a Greyhawk Reborn, one for the Zeef games. So we must have had some people bail out of games. All right. So
darn humans.
Those darn humans. What's everyone looking most forward to that they're not involved in? We'll just roundtable it. They're not involved in during this con. So Tempest, this is your first time participating.
You really had to put me on the spot first?
Sure.
That's just wrong. That's just all kinds of wrong.
That's
upper
Jay.
left-hand corner.
Well, that's all right. You had to pick on somebody other than Mike and Rob. So overall, honestly, this is going to be a very new experience because I grew up knowing about Greyhawk. Like my dad would always tell me stuff about it, and he and his best friend, that was his thing. Justin was his best friend, and Justin loved Greyhawk. He would always talk about how he wanted to play another one again, and we were going to for a while. So getting back into Greyhawk and through your community, Jay, has been incredible.
Thanks.
Because I've actually gotten to learn a lot, and even I'm excited for all of it because I'm like, where do I look first? There's so much to look at, so I'm excited for all of it. I know that's a cheesy answer, but I've never done this before with virtual Greyhawk Con, so I will be probably tuned in a lot this weekend.
And that's a good answer. Because especially if it's your first time, you'll be like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
For the most part, it's almost complete coverage from 7 a.m. Friday all the way through to 9 p.m. Sunday.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's some late night games that'll there may be an hour or two break, but that's it. You know, because our men starts at 1 a.m. Eastern U.S. because he's in New Zealand. He may go into Tim's game if he runs late. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Friday night going into Saturday morning. So it's close. But Garner, how about you, man?
So Chuck will love this. But the things that I'm interested in are the Yigsburg and the castle stuff. So
cool.
Anybody that's running that, I'm going to try to be watching that and seeing how you do it, because I know I will be running it in the near future. So that's the stuff that I'm not involved in that I'm looking forward to the most.
Excellent. Skip Tim for a second here because I want to go to Chuck on that question. Chuck, what is Steven's game beneath? I know because we got you a limited time. Beneath a Stone Sky about on Friday at 2.
So that is a low-level adventure. That's one he's ran a few times in some of the cons, and it's basically typically I can't tell you exactly what it's about because he always changes part of it and on purpose.
Okay.
All right. But it's sort of to help people that's not played CNC before a little bit, as far as how it's kind of laid out. It's a little bit lower level. It's not as complicated. But typically, they end up going up in the mountains. And there is, I will say this much, there is some ruins that they have to go into. The last time he did this, and I can't say that's what will happen with the game Friday, but he was pretty horrific. It took me by surprise because I was playing in it. I typically play in his games when he runs them because I'm running the stream anyway, right? But I was shocked how scary that was. He did it pretty good, so I don't know if it'll be the same this time or not. But yeah, there's some cool stuff to it. Steve likes to take he likes to try to take monsters that are not in the M&T and use them. You know, sometimes monsters are not in any of the books.
We all love
stuff
to
they
do
grew
that.
up with. Yeah, so it's funny. It's fun. I like it anyways. But yeah,
Steven's
cool.
number one monster is any body of water.
Yeah,
that's right.
I don't care if it's a puddle. Stay away from water.
I'm trying to talk him into it and just put a statted out river in the book. M&T statted out the river.
What about yours?
I wish you would.
Yours on Saturday at 11, the Winter Rune.
Well, mine. Oh, okay. Nothing. Wind. Mine is about basically. I'll tell you, it's very simple. It's a small dungeon that a group has to go into, and they have to face 4 devils to basically stop them from letting a weapon loose in the world. Basically, is how it kind of works out.
Cool.
There was a pillar originally up on a mountaintop that had so a little Aryan history here. In the world of air, there was this god called Unclar that was summoned by a wizard who foolishly thought that they could control him. He's a god. And when he stepped through, he took over the world for 1,000 years. Winter dark. It was just darkness. It was a pretty rough time. The spot that he stepped out through is where that pillar is. It was part of the tower, which was destroyed. In that pillar was hidden a weapon that he fears. Okay, and then of course, ultimately they used that weapon against him and banished him, but it ended up they had to place it back in the pillar, and then it went missing. So that's part of the adventures. They're actually tracking this thing down because they found out that it's going to be used again. They're not supposed to be using it out in public. That's a no.
Join up.
That's the premise of it.
I'm moving John up top just because I know he's probably here very limited time. That's awesome to hear. Plus, we also have our seminar at 4:30 on Saturday. What's happening in Aired, and that'll run right into the joust. So
that'll be you and Anna under the spotlight.
Yes,
a little bit.
Yes, and before you leave, we'll talk about the joust and all the people participating, Chuck. So give me a 5-minute window before you got to go. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm watching. She's going to the taxi's pulling up. I have to go over to the mother-in-laws.
Yeah, well,
but anyway.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Before we get
first dungeon.
Yes.
John, welcome. Phoenix Iwaki, welcome.
Hello from tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's the truth. Get us those lottery ticket numbers, John, please, now.
How are things? We haven't talked in a little bit. Things good?
Yes, apologies for being late.
No, don't worry about it, man. This is
the Goblin Horde off and away on their pillaging for the day.
People are roaming in and out. And I know you have a stream tonight that you got to prep for, too. So we wanted to get you in.
Nice.
So the two questions, the question we're roundtabling now is, besides your own event, what are you looking more forward to for the con?
Just the chance to steep myself in more Greyhawk lore. It's like I'm predominantly a Forgotten Realms guy, and just watching your streams and your discussions with all of the cool guests that you have, and the learning more and more about this original world is always fascinating and fun to see all the different locations.
Excellent. And there's a lot, man. It just grows. It's just bigger and bigger. And the fan and content that's been going out, especially Visions of Greyhawk 1 and 2 recently, have been fantastic. So we got a lot of really great things going on. Let's finish up this roundtable question, and then we'll let John go over, because I know John has a very limited time window too. Robert, what are you looking forward to, man?
So yeah, I mean, well, you mentioned it already, but getting to take part in the joust. That is going to be a lot of first time. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Beyond that, I get to actually play with in games run by two people well known in the community. One, I get to play in Alan Growy's game, and that's a first for me. And I'm actually playing in two of his this particular person's games. Les Oblivion Seeker.
Oh, you got him too. Wow.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He actually played in my first session in the first virtual Greyhawk con, and I kept talking about the fact that we kept talking I would need to play in one of his games, and it never happened. so I was like, all right, I got the opportunity to play in two of them. I'm playing in both of them. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that.
That's awesome. I'm sorry. I'm getting bombarded like usual. Well, Robert, we'll get back to your event shortly here. And thanks for sharing that. Mike, how about you?
I'm looking forward to Tim's game. I wanna see that and see how that all unfolds. And most of all, I think I'm looking forward. I'm involved in it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The joust is always a
surprise is coming. Surprises for you.
Well,
a new little twist for the returning champions. So,
well, that's not it's not unbelievable, of course.
We have
not from the pot stir. It's
not from Jay.
We're at 19 participants. So it'll be interesting.
The joust is a fan favorite.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun. It's simple rules. We got some new people this year, new characters. Some of the old mainstays like Patrick Cage, a gamer who's played Juan Carlos every year, the captain of the guard. He's always we'll talk about who he's matched up against in the first round. So so we have some of the old school regulars, the people who just just can never get over the hump or even win a single match. And then there's those like Chuck's character, Josh Dettier, who has no business winning a match and wins multiple ones. So
he's too drunken for this stuff.
Yeah.
But he manages to make
showing
it
that
through
it's
somehow.
it's better to be lucky than good.
Yes.
We shall have to eliminate luck.
Oh, it's not luck. It's drunk. Drunk is the key word.
Yeah, he
Not
just doesn't
luck,
care.
It's
He
drunk.
just
He's just a drunken idiot.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It's like that. Is that what they say? Like when you're in an accident or like and something, it's better just to go limp and just, just not go with the flow.
Exactly.
And there'll be a lot. I try to get some of the people who talk good shit this year. And Lindsay, you'll be really happy about one of the ones I have in it. You'll see in a little bit here. One of the people who really can talk a good game. Anna, what are you most looking forward to?
Well, the joust and the reverse dungeon, I think, are the ones that I've enjoyed the most than previous ones. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Yep,
always fun.
Somebody that respects some humanoid culture.
Yes. I love to have a dose of humanoid culture. It's awesome. Yeah.
I'm part of those emails with Tim that he sends out to all the players, and I just was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I'm like, if I start listening to this, I'll go. There's too much going on there. But someone's not a humanoid anymore. What was that all about?
Dude, it's too late to bring you up to speed.
Okay.
You recruited a troll
The bus is left.
There's a surprise on the horizon.
Yeah, so I'm just, I'm not even, We'll all find out bright and early.
They're all pawns of the Dark Whisperer.
Okay. I will keep my...
Aren't we all?
Just keep my mouth a little shut here on that. So, all right, while we have everyone here, let's go. And if you have to go, give me like a 5-minute, say, hey, I got a bolt in 5. It's okay. All right. And we'll just do that. But let's go over what everyone's events here. John, you're first, kicking it off again from Japan again.
Yes, indeed.
The Drums of Naral. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a little insight.
Oh. Sure. Well, I've chosen my backdrop here accordingly. It is midwinter up in the new region of for me. Last time we were down in Saltmarsh. This time we're up in Perrenland.
Yes.
And I'm having these as a stand-in for the Klatspur Mountains back here, and we will be not partaking in any of the debauched goings on over in Schwarzenbrunn in the capital there, as Nerul's dance kicks off. Ooh. And the condemned prisoners are being paraded towards Paline Rock, where they shall be hurled from the cliff top and executed in the name of Nerul to appease the god of death. That's happening on the other side of the lake. But a fishing village on the opposite side, down on the shores of Lake Quag there, has a different tradition where they summon the spirits of their ancestors through drumming rites, which are based on summer traditions here in Japan. Awesome. Especially in my city in Japan, they have a special kind of drumming which they use to beckon the spirits from the afterlife at this time when the veil between this world and the next is thinnest. Yeah, there we go. It is perfect. Yep, down south there, just right across from Schwarzenbrunn there. On the east shore, we're going to be.
Oh, all the way over here?
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And we are going to be arriving with our adventurers. At least one of whom is in chat, so I'll be careful.
Oh, okay.
And they will be arriving into the festivities and the summoning of the spirits to join with and celebrate and feast this midwinter feast, as is traditional. Except the beckoning flames have not been extinguished by the arriving spirits. The ancestors have not come forth when summoned and beckoned towards the village, and our investigators will be seeing why these spirits have been waylaid and how is it connected to the evil spirits of those condemned criminals across the lake.
That's a lot of intrigue in there, and I love all the Greyhawk ties you put into that, John, especially in homebrew.
And one last little Easter egg.
Please.
I checked the current Greyhawk calendar date, and here in Pearland, it's a very specific anniversary, and this may or may not be in connected to what's going on. It is the 100th anniversary of the defeat of Igwil's undead army.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pearland.
Nice.
Exactly, 100 years.
Great tie-in. Yep. Yes, Michael, Anna's maps are awesome with a connection. So, John, that sounds fantastic. How many people do you have in that? 3 or 4?
4, yes.
Yeah, fantastic. And that is, once again, if we come here, we got it from 7. There's crossover, everyone, because I got to fit everyone in, man. I don't want to go to 4 days. I couldn't this year. I'm in freaking Texas till midnight the night before. 7 to 11, 7 to 10. 7 to 10. There's a 1 hour crossover for that. And Wiley will be on the second hour. So, John, what a great kickoff. That sounds really, I'll be up with coffee sitting here watching. Hopefully, I'll have at least 4 hours sleep from the night before getting home off of a plane.
It should be exciting enough to give a good wake up call for the start of the day.
Yeah. It sounds like a wonderful. You've really thought it out, and I really appreciate that.
No pleasure. It's been fun.
Well, Mike, noon. What are you gonna be doing for us?
Well, like we discussed, I'll be running the first joust of the weekend, and the winner of that joust will go on to take on the second champion of the evening, and we'll be doing that from here. I'll be painting some minis.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Damn it.
Yeah, no.
Well, you gotta call me out on my shit. No, I'll be painting miniatures, of course, but Jay, I was going to ask you if you wanted something specific for a game or anything like that.
I thought Bill was supposed to coordinate with you. He hasn't. If he doesn't, I get to beat him, or I get to unchain him from my basement where he's making stuff now.
He probably did, and I missed it.
Okay.
So I will. I'll see what's going on.
If you guys can reach out via phone or text or whatever, please. Because he said he was taking care of that. So,
okay.
All right. If we got to rush something, ship out, we'll do it.
Yeah. Regardless, I'll be painting minis. And just having a good time, playing some good tunes, and kicking off some Greyhawk con. So,
and Mike, one of your fellow champions just hopped on. Little Bones' character, Lady Isarel, is on. And sit tight, Bones, because I'm going to tell you the secret of this year for the champions. What's going to happen?
Bones.
Is Von Moku on either? Anyone see Michael? If Von Moku's on, he's the other champion, so we'll get that all worked out. All right, so the rest of what time? Okay, Lindsay and Garner, what time's your games on Friday? Eastern EDT.
Yeah, it's 1.
1. Okay, so you got a game at 1. So there is another. So that will be streamed as well, so you can pick that up. Remember, you can watch 2 things at the same time, get credit on Twitch if you got a PC up. So Catacould Gaming will be up again. Are you running 2 on Saturday or 2 on Friday?
2 on Saturday.
2 on Saturday. Okay, got it.
We'll explain when you get that.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep.
Very good. Very good. All right. The rest of the day, John at Blue Box, who was supposed to come on at 8 and said he couldn't now. Carlos is in Florida at GrogCon. It's good to see Carlos back. I know he didn't do it last year. I'm really happy to see that he's back on, but I know that thing sold out in 10 seconds. That event, and then Armin at 1:00 in the morning along the Watchtower Eastern Time. So we're running into the late night. So well, Mike always gives crap, but no, I got someone that Lindsay is very, very familiar with. Now hold off as we're doing a transition between groups. I think I'll talk about the joust a little bit. It's the only event I'm DMing this year because real life has splattered me. Thank God for Tim, right, Tim?
You mean Grim?
Grim, yes. All right, Saturday, reverse 7:00 in the morning. Reverse Dungeon DM Part 3 by Tim.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Grim. I don't know who this Tim is. I'm his better looking alter ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a little bit of traction in this racist place. They don't have any humanoids here, so I got to represent.
So you got to do what you got to do, John.
It's
Tim.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
tell us what we're going to see this year.
Well, right now, the Goblin tribe has gotten some plus ups. They were a greater reincarnation was cast on the leaders of the tribe, and when they died, they came back and they're a little bit greater. And so now they're in reassert dominance and get revenge mode, I believe is what we're looking at. But there may be a few interesting things that pop up that they didn't expect.
Okay.
So the boss man is now a bugbear, instead of a goblin.
And Dickerus's character?
Yes.
Okay.
He's a bugbear.
How did that happen?
Reincarnation. He got reincarnated.
Oh, wow. He got killed and reincarnated.
Oh, they all died gloriously. Right, Rob?
I wouldn't call Three Skins death glorious.
No,
it felt more like story purposes on that one.
Well,
couldn't have the only goblin left.
What happened was they're all supposed to die, so they come back as something different, right? But Rob defied the odds and escaped last time as a goblin. Unfortunately for him, one of the last things that Icarus told one of his right-hand men is, if we come back and something weird happens, anyone who comes back, slit their throats when they're sleeping. And if he's not anything if loyal and followed his directions.
Okay. Wow.
There may be consequences.
There may be consequences. Yeah. So
That's awesome.
It's a great group of guys playing. They're awesome role playing, and it has me in stitches the whole time. It is fun. It is fun to see them
what it's about.
role playing their parts very well.
Robert and Dickerus, William Henry Dvorak. Patrick got the only open seat this time, right?
Yes, Patrick joined this
Who am
time.
I missing?
Nice.
Alex,
Antiquitous, yeah.
and my buddy Bill.
And Bill, yeah, there you go.
Nice. That's a good group. That's great.
Definitely. And that'll be at 7 o'clock. That'll kick us off Saturday morning, bright and early, with me like this, sleeping while it's on here, sitting at this chair, setting that up.
To be fair, I had Robert roll the dice. I told him roll 20-sided 5 times because I already decided the course of action, and
awesome.
There you go.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I can't wait to unveil Three Skins' new form.
Yeah.
Everyone have some fun watching this bright and early in the morning, and then you're going to be bouncing into a lot of other games. There's going to be a lot going on Saturday. Like I said, you can have 2 streams on at the same time to get credit for viewing them. So please do that. So Chuck will be on, and then let's do Lindsay and Garner. You got a trio. You're streaming 3. I gave you the highlighted one here at 1 o'clock on Saturday. So why don't we talk about what you're running? You're running Ghost of Saltmarsh 3 sessions, correct?
Yep,
Yeah,
3
all
different
3.
sessions.
Take it away.
So Lindsay and I are going to tag team this, and it's going to be the ones that let us play levels 3, levels 5, and level 7. So we have a number of people that did sign up for multiple ones. You will be able to take your character from one to the next. So we're playing it like you're, running through those different adventures inside, the Saltmarsh area. I got a question though for Anna.
Okay.
So do you happen to have the map available?
I have it up here.
Saltmarsh? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, on why that western part of western part. There we go. That's it. So I want to know why the Sahuagin are going after Saltmarsh instead of Port Torvin, because Port Torvin is right there. I mean, it's a hop, skip, and a jump. But anyway, definitely, the final enemy is one of my all-time favorites. Trying to figure out how to not get just
I can
decimated.
tell you the reason is because Port Torvin is not official Wizard of the Coast content. It's LG content.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, so that was
Living
not
Greyhawk,
in the
that's right.
scope of the people who wrote the Salt Marsh thing.
Yep.
First of all, when they wrote the original Salt Marsh, Living Greyhawk was like 20 years in the future. But when they put together the 5e version of Salt Marsh, they probably were, the Living Greyhawk content was off limit for things that reasons we've discussed often on this show, so to speak. So it's understandable. But I included Port Torvin from the Living Greyhawk stuff as well. So that's why it shows.
Valid answer.
Yep.
That's it. So from our standpoint too, we're going to have, the Chaotic Good Gaming is where we're going to actually be streaming them. And then we're going to be able to provide pre-gens if somebody needs a pre-gen as well too. Lindsay's actually created those already, and so those are all up and ready to go. We've both been doing a lot of background work to make sure that we're up on our Greyhawk and our lore and everything else. So definitely going to be a true Greyhawk experience for everybody.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Lindsay. We have what time on Friday?
I believe I'm running the 1 p.m. on Friday.
1 p.m. Friday, 1 p.m. Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the final one?
Dad, that one's yours.
7?
Yep. Final one is
6 or 7 on Saturday, if I recall.
Yeah. And it's 7 p.m.
No, it's on during the joust, but please, you can have 2 things open, so no biggie. All right.
Oh, so, I need to leave. Josh is here. I
yes.
think it's my cue to go.
Yeah, well,
my wife's here. I gotta
go. Absolutely. There he is. Good old Josh.
Look at him. High tech. He's figuring it out.
I don't even want to know what he's
doing. How long do you think it'll take him?
I don't even want to know what he's doing there.
That is a headset.
Yes. I'm just super glad now that my crew last year stopped Granny Nightshade from causing trouble in the Dreadwood.
Really? Yeah.
Left Saltmarsh on the map for these guys to use.
Absolutely.
Nice. Very considerate.
Yeah.
I'm super excited actually. So I was doing my research on it, and it's a really interesting region, and I'm incredibly excited to mess with it because I have not had a chance to work with like lots of lizard folk and Sahagin.
Oh, cool.
So I'm like, yeah, I've used them obviously here and there, but a lot of what I've done is been exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Kind of I love lizardmen and gnolls, twins.
Oh yeah.
That's what I like about you, Chuck. You like to represent the humanoids.
Right.
Thank you. I don't like those water breathers much, but thank you for representing them as well.
They got to have some love,
Chuck, only Walt's allowed to eat on the stream, and it's 4 double cheeseburgers on Thursday nights.
No, I eat sometimes too.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Chuck?
Walt is my hero.
Why? Because he comes on every Thursday night. 4 double cheese. It's like, how do you not gain weight? Yeah. So, it's going to be definitely an exciting 3 sessions of Saltmarsh. Looking forward to that.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I can't wait to try and watch some of it.
Absolutely. And all I'll say is, Lindsay, if something happens and someone doesn't show up, you just improvise at that point.
Oh,
don't
gladly.
worry.
I'm good
at that. It always
that.
happens, but normally we have a really good rate of attendance. So with events.
Good. I am incredibly excited.
Awesome. Fantastic. We really appreciate you running 3 sessions too. That's really
awesome.
Fantastic.
She's doing that.
Yeah. Oh, you got good. 2 and Garner's
2
got
and
the
then
last
Dada's
one.
one.
Yeah. And the last one.
I picked up 2 of them around my other. I have sessions ironically for my permanent games on Friday, Saturday. So I had to make sure I got the session. I was like, Dad, I need these to be this time. I can't do it otherwise. But he was like, I need you to pick these up. And I was like, all right, cool. I've never run in Greyhawk. I gladly.
And so you're going to still run your other games too, right?
Oh yeah, the other games I'm running some on Chaotic Good Gaming actually earlier in the week too. So lots of different things going on all the time.
That's good. It's really good.
By the way, I wanted to say thank you because of September. We're at an all-time high on subs, so thank you. Okay, really appreciate it. The kindness of everyone. It was a great September this year. Thank you so very much. keep everything rolling here with the entire community. But yeah, that's going to be a great. I eat and drink and I hold. Yes. Well, there you go, Josh. Josh is just munching away.
Always.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Josh said,
right.
Josh said, "Attaboy" 3 times last Saturday when I ran for the Slav Squad because of the names of the characters. Do you want to share the names of the final 3 adversaries, Josh?
Sure. Jay, you especially, tickled my 80s comedy funny bone. There was Spalding, which you wanted to kill, right?
Yeah.
Then there's
Denunzio.
no one took the opportunity to yell at him while he was dead on the ground and say, "You'll get nothing and like it." But it should have happened. And then, of course, there was Denunzio, Noonan's
adversary.
Adversary. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Adversary, and in many things, golf, caddying, love. And then, of course, the big bad was Lacey Undergrowth, which was. But I didn't feel like Lacey Underalls, the character from Caddyshack, was truly a villain. You probably could have shopped that a little more.
Ah, come on, man! It was funny. Female, crazy druid, evil druid. Come on.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Zugmoy, yes.
Aren't they all?
Yeah. Yeah. So it was based, and everyone knows Josh has Carl Spackler Leaf, his main Sylvanov character, and the whole the adventure was kind of set around him. So Dark Druids are awesome. The Dark Druids by Rob Kuntz, I can't say enough about. It's fantastic. I merged that with Tony.
Then you'd woven a thread in there too from Tony Winslow Brill's Thoria adventure, which is in Candlekeep Mysteries. Didn't you run something with that in your own?
Oh yeah,
campaign?
we ran it. So here's what I would like to say to everyone about keeping the community going, and an example. Because of that game, and because she had so much fun, Tony decided to go to GaryCon from it after she wasn't. So yes. So I opened up she's a member of the 2 drink minimum, so we added a 5th 2 drink minimum member. We got 5 people for the Slavs there, 5 2 drink minimum people for GaryCon, and 2 open signups for each game. So it's exciting. Yep.
I think it was a group effort by everybody, especially like all the rest of the SSSers who were leaning and saying, "Well, I'm going."
Absolutely.
I'm like, see,
100%.
like Myriad. Do you feel attacked now, Myriad?
Yeah, like Myriad and Darling and Mandy, yeah, the whole and you. So it was great. All right, so Josh is here. Next, Chuck. I know Chuck's looking. So Chuck, what are we going to talk about at 4:30, right before the joust? It's called "What's Happening in Arid this year." I think it says something different in the sign up, but it's the same thing. We're just going to talk about Arid in general, correct?
Well, we're going to be talking about Arid, but we're also going to be talking about like a little bit of an update on what you and Anna are working on.
Yes, yes, and also what Gary Gygax stuff is coming back.
That's right. So we'll have some interesting stuff to talk about. We got a pretty crazy production schedule next year. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know, man. I don't even know what we're going to do. We've got so many books to make. It's not even funny. It's crazy.
It's good.
But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. We could be bored begging people, but it's not. But I'm dreading it. I'm terrified. I guess working 100 hours a week is not a big deal. I'm a lich anyway. Good for my age.
You're something.
But
I'm waiting on all of them.
Yes, I know. I am too, though. But because we've got a bunch of Kickstarters getting ready to come out right now. That finally, it's so stupid, the stuff that holds up our production and stuff. It's just funny, like slip covers not being the right size, or they send us some books. Some of the books for the after winter thing were printed backwards. Something got messed up. It's weird stuff like that. And then of course you can't just do like parts. So it's funny. But anyway,
can I have one of those misprints? It's probably gonna be worth twice as much.
Yeah, I hope to have. I'm hoping. I don't know if I can or not. I hope by Saturday to have a definite date on TrollCon. It's going to happen next year, but it's somewhere between May and October. But I haven't quite got it worked out yet.
That's not that big of a window there, Chuck.
No.
Well, you'd be surprised because a bunch of those weekends are gone.
Yeah,
in the hotel. There's only like 5 dates actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, believe it or not, all those times. And I got to dance around other cons and stuff, you know. So we got that going on, and then we'll probably just give a good update about everything. There's a lot of new stuff coming out for Arid too, and Davis has got his new setting, which is within Arid, coming out.
Davis.
Yep.
Davis. That's all I'll say for a
He'll
second.
be in the joust. He'll be in the
Oh,
joust.
I can't believe that. Davis Chenault, first time ever playing on a stream, will be playing a character, which I will discuss shortly. Yes.
Should be a lot of fun. And we're going to go against each other at the very beginning.
Before Chuck's got to go, and I will do this after the regular giveaway. So we have at 2 p.m. Beneath a Stone Sky, right? And then we have at 11 a.m. with the Winter Room on Saturday. What are we doing?
As far as what?
Are we raffling one seat all for each of these?
Oh, no. I don't think. I think all the seats are full.
Oh, they are. Okay, I thought you said there were seats open. You wanted to add.
No, unfortunately not. Well, I tell you what, we could probably do the one on. Got a spot. I haven't heard back from the guy, so we could probably raffle off if you want to tonight the seat for Steve's game.
Okay.
On Friday.
All right,
for sure.
So this is what we'll do after the regular giveaway. Here's the rules for this. All right. Okay. If you want to get into this game, into Steven's game, one seat extra. You won't sign up online. This is the rules on this. You cannot be doing anything already signed up from 2 to 6 on Friday. All right.
What if I win? Can I then sell it online?
Josh, don't be a.
That sounds right. That sounds fair.
One seat. So after the regular giveaway, I'll restart it. So those that want to get in this Beneath the Stone Sky for one seat, and I'll let Chuck know because he'll be gone by then who it was, and you'll contact Chuck. Yeah. You have to be a member of you have to join the Castle Crusades Discord if you haven't already. All right, those are the rules. You can't be doing anything else from 2 to 6 already. I don't want people getting out of another game or another event that they're in. And
fair.
And
you got to have a mic and camera, obviously, because you'll be on screen.
Okay, so that's it. So we'll see who.
You wear a shirt. You got to wear a shirt. You got to have a shirt on.
Yes. All right.
Like Troller Games, Castles and Crusades type of shirt, or like just be clothed.
Be clothed.
So,
but if you've got one of these, wear it, sure.
I mean, you got to wear a shirt, but pants are optional.
Right. I haven't worn pants in years.
One seat.
Oh wait, what? No.
One seat for that, which is awesome.
Now, Jay, while you're doing that, also, I haven't gotten with you. We've been busy, but we want to try to make sure that everybody that does a stream has a giveaway during their stream at least. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
For everybody that's streaming during the thing, they'll get at least one giveaway from us, and then we'll have some grand giveaways. I think we're going to give away a signed set of books. Haven't got quite that all figured out yet because we're trying to look for some cool stuff in the warehouse.
That'll be during the Ask the Experts finale. The big
stuff.
Yeah,
exactly. The big stuff. Yeah,
Chuck will be contacting everyone, making sure you have one giveaway at least during.
No, Jay will be contacting you, making sure you have everyone.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you give me the codes. I want the codes next 2 weeks from now. I want them.
Well, it'll probably be next week because we're migrating the store. So no, we're not doing any giveaways right now at all.
It's gonna all fall apart, dude. You know it is.
No, it's not. It's gonna be fine.
Right?
What's that?
Lord Gazumba.
Moving websites.
CNC, right?
Hey, Lord Gazumba.
Yes.
I got 5 minutes.
All right, thanks. Tim? What do you want to say? What do you want to say? Tim, what do you want to say? Is Duncan Jousley the Cromulent?
I can't do that right now.
Oh, jeez. All right, so Tim's character for the last 3 years has been the number 1 seed in the joust, and his name is the largest name in the history of D&D ever. It is. I have it memorized. Sir Reginald Rathmore David Errol Trampier IV, defender of the faith and vanquisher of the unrighteous.
I hate that guy.
Yeah, scum, human scum.
But Chuck's character, Josh Deathdealer, knocked him out in the first round once as a 16th seed.
And I was drunk as shit.
I have a cousin related to Josh.
Yeah, so I always put him as the top seed because he's pretty good with stat wise and everything. He's Cavalier Paladin and stuff as a joke now because.
But not luck wise.
Yes, but not like he has terrible luck. So, yes. So Duncan Jousley and Tim, I can't find all the cards from the previous ones.
I have some of them.
Good, that's it. Good. So we have to put some new ads. And if you have an ad idea for Tim, send it through him via Discord or send it to me via Discord and I'll forward it to him. But if you want to put ads out, you can. What's that?
Duncan Dowsley has a Gmail.
Put it in
account.
chat, can you?
No.
Oh, Jesus, gosh.
I'm gonna run. She's out there actually.
All right,
sitting,
we'll see you too,
so
Chuck.
I
I
gotta
know you
go,
both
but
got to go.
It was
All right.
wonderful to see everybody.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, we'll see you guys this week. I'll talk to you later this week. Garner,
Later,
and, we love
Bye,
everybody.
Chuck.
Peace.
Bye.
All right.
Peace.
Bye,
We
guys.
definitely have
Bye.
Gruck Reborn coming on in the second hour. Let me see
Awesome.
here. We're going here. Sunday morning. Rob.
Yes.
7 a.m. What do you got going on? When comes the witching
Wow.
hour?
So yeah, so funny story behind that. The intention was to have a story that possibly involves witches, and well, the witching hour being a thing. Now, there's a bit of a confusion. This is not the Carlos Lysing adventure. I was trying to come up with a catchy name for it, and funnily enough, at GaryCon, Wily Hobbit had run for outside of the as far as like for people after hours and such, was running when comes the witching hour. So I had initially signed up for it, and I guess I kind of got it in my head. I did talk to Carlos to let him know, because that was a little mortifying when he was on and got all excited. However, there will be some Carlos Lysing content in this. The adventure is set in Nyrond in 620, the common year 623. Many things have happened. I've added some of the stuff. This is actually going to be the initial adventure in a mega campaign. And I'm adding some of the stuff from Living Greyhawk. I'm kind of cherry picking from it. Using stuff that Von Molkov came up with, some of the stuff that I've seen in Visions and in the OJs and such. But this particular adventure takes place in a small fishing town on the Duntide River, southwestern Nyrond, just across from the Nat Marsh. And those who are familiar with the Nat Marsh and Nyrond know that there's been rumors of a coven of witches there. And though that problem was supposedly taken care of, it may be reasserting itself. Now, the Carlos Lysing part of this comes in that I am using one of his adventuring companies. For those people who are who are on his Patreon, he had published a thing with various adventuring companies in Flennis, including 2 that are listed in Nyrond. One of which I will be using for this particular adventure. The party will be members of the Company of the Sundered Shield.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Newly reformed. They're basically just getting started, and they're going to investigate issues in the town, that this little fishing town that may or may not be involved witches, but it is definitely driving some of the people crazy. And I'm hoping that this is, like I said, this is going to be the kickoff. I'm going to be trying to put together other adventuring groups later after this, to have adventures all around Nyrond. There is a story that goes. There's plenty of internal politics. There's Almor. There's the broken up Great Kingdom next door. There is the question of succession, because the king is now in his late 60s, and there's questions of who's coming up next. So, going to be a lot of fun. I've got a great group, 6 people playing, and looking forward to seeing what they come up with. And it will be Castles and Crusades.
Awesome. Yeah, we got some good Castles and Crusades games this year, which is fantastic. Very, very cool. Rob, looking forward to that 7 o'clock in the morning. Right now, like I said, we're open. So if you want to run, if you run late, that's fine. You don't have to, right? If you run late to that 11, you're okay.
Yeah, I actually have my one real break is between that and the fact that I've got like a 3-hour window or 4-hour window before I play in Dave Gilt's game later that session. My one big break in the entire weekend.
Very cool. So while everyone's here, do you have any of you have any? Thank you, Zechariah. Do any of you have any questions for the rest of the group? Could be about anything. Greyhawk, knowledge or experiences or questions, nerves, anything you want to ask. If not, I'm gonna have Anna throw a question out for you. Anna's always good at those.
I mean, I guess any recommendations for a first time Greyhawk DM? Because obviously I've played a little bit as Lixus, and so I'm relatively familiar with some of how
Great
things
question.
work.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
any advice for a first time Greyhawk DM?
Yeah. Kill everything.
No!
No. That's a DM rule in general. I knew that one. That's basic rule number one.
Things along the frontier are always good because there's between whatever kingdom, principality, or wherever you're in, and all the demi-humans and such in the whether it be hills, forests, whatever. There's lots and lots of interesting locations and possibilities to play with, and there's also, depending on when you set it, politics. If you like a game that has a not necessarily heavy politics, but things that might be slightly politically driven as far as motivations,
Mhm.
it doesn't get much better than being in Greyhawk.
Got it.
Here's my suggestion to you. Don't get too hung up on the lore and canon your first time, and worry about that as much as the gameplay and the fun of the event.
Okay.
Counterpoint.
Yeah.
Counterpoint. Lead with 25 minutes of lore on why the players should care. Because I did that the first time I ever GM'd a Greyhawk game.
Josh.
I think Curtis might have been there. And
of course Curtis was there. That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, and it was very it was probably very painful for everyone. And yeah.
Oh, Josh.
Then we got to the adventure.
Oh, Josh.
But I think you can don't let the lore intimidate you. Take
Exactly.
a sentence or a paragraph from the big lore, so to speak, from a country and all the big stuff, and then invent your own local lore that works with it. And that way you can ignore that once once you've written that first, you looked at that paragraph or a couple of paragraphs of something. Oh, that looks cool. Meaning I have a ruler up there. Let's create his henchman and run it locally, and then you don't have to worry about any of the above or the surrounding stuff. Stay local and come up with something fun that happens locally, so to speak.
So
that makes a lot of sense.
You can see from John's game, his second time doing this around, that he's really taken it and thrown in some stuff from Japanese lore, mixed it in with Narol, and mixed it in with the location of Pearland. But he knows the locations, and and the whole. So he's kind of meshed that into his own concept, which is awesome.
I was literally going to say just before Jay and Anna said that there is no Greyhawk wiki rabbit hole too deep enough, but I'll scratch that.
That's very true too. Yeah.
No rabbit holes. I have already been down those, and I don't need to keep going.
Right.
But I love DMing, and I've had a very good time. But a lot of what I've run has definitely been homebrew, flying by the seat of my own pants.
Right.
That has been the game that has been most popular with my friends, and so it's very much intimidating looking at all these modules, and I'm like, oh, but what if I don't do it just right? And I'm like, you know what? Just kind of chucking stuff out there. I know.
And
Chuck
we
would have
know
liked
that
that.
you know that it's all for the players too. I mean,
Oh yeah.
That making sure that players are having a great time is the focus. And no matter what I say, the goal is not actually to kill everybody; it's to kill everybody but one.
Close to a TPK, not a TPK, but get them close.
Right.
People on the edge of their seat.
Right. But what's going to happen is too that whatever you guys do in your adventures in the Friday and Saturday ones, those are being wrapped into what we're doing on Saturday evening too. So talk about flying by the seat of your pants.
You hear that, players? Whoever's playing in my game, we get to cause chaos for Garner.
Yeah, meaning kill IUs on Friday, and we can go home after that. So yeah,
I'm gonna start with a 3-hour lore dump, and then maybe we'll get 15 minutes of playing in. Why do people keep dropping my game right now? Jeez. Man, I feel so heartbroken.
Yeah, and the 10-foot pole. Don't remember the 10-foot
pole. Or a bag of chickens.
A bag of chickens.
There's a lot. To get some base lore, there's a lot of good places too. Your best bet, though, is joining the communities and just absorbing what everyone's discussing. That's, and then, or one of them, you get the Living Girl Journal Gazette, or the Glossography, or the 83 box set and a reprint, or whatever, Free Greyhawk box set, whatever it is, and then just reading up a little bit on that. But listening to what the rest of the community is talking about really helps. Because I'll say this. I'll say this from anyone who's played in my games. How much, like Josh, Lindsay, Robert, Mike, especially, you guys have played multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Could my game just be as easily a homebrew game? I mean, how much Greyhawk do I really throw at you, right?
It's okay.
No, what I'm saying is I don't kill you with the lore.
Yeah.
No, you do great, Jay. I love your games. That's why I always accept when I get the invite.
And that's the key.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry about overdoing it.
And honestly, I've never knew nothing about Greyhawk.
We feel we owe it to him.
So one thing I do want to mention, if you do want to like get heavier into lore for your players, and I mean not like lore dump immediately, but don't be afraid to pick an area that hasn't been really done by other people in the community.
Right.
Plenty of that.
Find something, make it your own, so you're not worried about what Jay's doing in the Ulick.
5 minutes later, though, Rob.
5 minutes later, she's going to get though an email from somebody going, I wrote a gazetteer on that and posted it on GeoCities back in 1993.
Then they should be streaming a game instead of just sending articles.
Dave Guerreri and Captain Ron Weaver from Bell Reborn.
Evening.
Howdy. You guys may be the only 8 o'clockers because both Wiley Hobbit and John from Blue Box have both said they can't make it now last second. So
and I got to bail soon too.
Well, no one's gonna miss you.
I gotta bail.
All right,
Jay, I've got to get going.
Sorry.
Mike, can you give me 30 seconds? 30.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Grand Joust, 6:00 p.m. Saturday night. Let's talk about the special part of it. There are 3 former champions. By the way, all the character pictures of all 19 are down below beneath Josh's picture right now. Scrolling through, there's one. So they're all the characters are there. There are 3 returning champions. There is Mike's character, Sir Vargrin, right? Who's really a nasty guy. Let me see if I can just throw him up here. Yeah, Sir Vargrin the Unmerciful. Here we go. I'll bring these up real quick. These are 3 former champions. Sir Vargrin the Unmerciful, basically a minion of Lord Page in my campaign. Then Matthew Barnabas, who was the Foltest worshiper, who Valmoku, he won the next year, and then last year Bones' character, Lady Israel of High Folk, won last year. Also, the girlfriend of Lord Gazumba. So. Imagine that it wasn't rigged or anything. But these 3, these 3 will be having a grudge match joust off, and we'll fill them in as we go. They have to play. They have to joust each other. All 3 will joust each other. So it's a round robin, and based on whoever does the best point wise will be declared the grand champion of champions. In addition to the other 16 that are playing. Hence why we have 19 character people in this event.
Wait. So you're not going to let this year's champion go against the other 3 champions?
They're not prepared.
Garner.
They're not prepared.
Garner. It's like you read the adventure sitting in front of me. That was a secret.
Nobody is ready. For the excellence.
That's just me, wanting, not knowing anything about it, wanting to do the right thing.
Yes. And we'll talk shortly. We'll talk about the 16 competitors. But we who needs? I know some of you have to depart. Please say something in closing if you're about to depart. Mike, go ahead.
Like I said, just again, I'm really, really looking forward to the reverse dungeon that Tim is running. I'm looking forward to the joust, most of all, and whipping ass on everybody. And then looking forward to painting up something for you, Jay,
Awesome.
On the stream. I just got to get with
Bill.
with
Let's get with
Bill, and
Bill, please.
hopefully it's not too late.
No, it shouldn't be. Just get with Bill, and then
But,
tomorrow's the day though. I gotta know because I'm in Texas, Dallas. I'm in Austin. Temple.
Yeah, no, I'll get
Tuesday,
with
Wednesday,
Bill.
Thursday. Yeah.
I'll get with Bill and let him get with me, and then I'll message you and tell you what's going on, or Bill can message you and tell you what's going on. One of us will get ahead of you though. But yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it again this year. This is like the fourth year in a row, Jay, for me. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm really looking forward to it, and I just want to say thank you to everybody in the community for such a wonderful community. You guys are incredible. I know I joke around a lot and everything with Jay and with you guys, but I just want you to know that I care about each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for being around, and thank you for participating in the virtual Greyhawk Con. So thanks again, Jay, for having me on.
Of course.
Yeah, you guys have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you,
Mike.
See you later.
Josh, you got a bolt too. What would you like to say?
San Dimas football rules. That's from Bill and Ted.
I know. You
You
shouldn't say O'Doyle rules.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm going over to Cannon Fire now to go. Where Troy and I are putting together a kind of an arena thing in the greatest arena in all of Greyhawk. The Greyhawk City Arena. Jay.
I know you're trying to bust my stones.
I know,
I'm not encouraging.
You're not taking it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna do we're setting up this kind of arena scheme thing where you basically roll a die. That's how many CR you can come in with, or something like that. We're gonna figure it all out tonight.
Cool.
Thanks to Greyhawk Reborn folks for joining me on Thursday for a test run of the Sinister Secret Assault Marsh. Appreciated knocking the rust off of that for me. And we'll be running that again at Virtual Greyhawk Con, and then I guess I'm going to see some people at
When is your game?
my game.
Yeah, what games do you have? What time's your game? Games. You're running 2, aren't you?
Right now I'm running 2, unless you tell me that I'm running a 3rd at some point.
Yeah,
but
we don't have a streamer filling in that slot yet. We're still working on it. I'm still working on it.
Okay. Yeah.
So
and I'm playing in. Oh, you don't care about what I'm playing in.
No.
But I got into Grow Dogs and into Curtis's games because I love B5 like you wouldn't even believe.
Car in the Hill. Oh yeah.
When is your game though?
I got a Friday 8 a.m. That's
Okay.
the Sinister Secret Assault Marsh, but that's being run as a Greyhawk Reborn game. So you get like an adventure record and stuff. Though, yeah, Greyhawk. We got more players than we need more GMs, and actually Casey Brown did come join and play in that game on Thursday, which was awesome.
Oh, good.
I wish he would GM for them, adapt some of his stuff. And then I'm doing Escape from the Vault of the Drow on 9 a.m., which is I've run that a couple times.
What day?
That's Saturday morning, 9 a.m.
Got it.
Awesome.
So that's what I'm doing, and then I guess later I'm going this month. I'm going out there not next weekend, but whatever the weekend after is Dragon Days up in Lake Geneva. Paul Stormberg's trying to with Harold Johnson running it. They're going to get some games together. Mike Carr is going to run some fits, Fight in the Sky, and then later in the month going up to what's it? Game Hole, where yep, I'm going to be representing for Gary Con. So
Escape from the, okay. I was like, I couldn't find it. Escape from the Vault of the Drow, and there it is. It's sold out.
Yeah,
there it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah. The 8 a.m. Friday GHR game being sold out is a testament to the fact that there's a lot of people that love playing these Greyhawk Reborn games. Number one, their freaking GMs are outstanding, and I also GM with them, but that I don't think I think I'm bringing the curve down a little bit. I mean, such deep lore knowledge without even trying. It's like, what we were talking about with Lindsay earlier, like, being smooth about it. You don't, it's common sense, right? After you've GM'd a few times. So maybe that was a little academic of a thing to say, but
You know, because I know Lindsay already knows that stuff. So, but yeah, they're just so damn good. Such a treat to play with. Anyway, that's me. Thanks.
Thanks, Josh. Have fun.
And get your
over there.
games in for Gary Con, because we're gonna fill up and sell out. So
Some of us
Yeah.
have all this stuff in already.
This is good.
Some of us are ahead of the curve.
That's right.
Yeah.
So-
It is very likely that we will sell out. So also,
Yeah.
if you're interested in a ticket, get a badge now, right?
Yeah.
absolutely.
it's the 50th anniversary of Dungeons and Dragons, where it was all started, right there in Lake
Oh,
Geneva.
yeah.
You know,
Or
We
if,
got
you,
lots of exciting things planned.
or if you want to come the first weekend, Founders and Legends still has
Woo.
Right.
openings too.
Yeah.
oh, and isn't today like Dave Arneson Day?
Uh,
Speaking of like the beginning,
yeah, October 1st.
I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
today's
absolutely.
Dave Arneson Day. So happy Dave
Woo.
Arneson Day for those who celebrate. And
We'll see you soon.
yeah, see you guys. Cheers.
Bye,
Josh.
Josh.
Bye.
Hey, Josh.
Dave and Ron, thank you, Greg Reborn. Why don't you both introduce yourselves, please?
Sorry, Jay, can I bounce too? Sorry, I have to. I said
Yeah,
yes to
John,
you,
of
but,
course. What would you
yeah.
like to say in closing?
Apologies. Yeah, sorry. Absolute honor to be involved again. Lovely to play and delve into the Greyhawk stuff with everyone once again. And yeah, anyone who wants to have a little mystery and lots of exciting chases and combats and all sorts of things going on with their morning coffee, please join us and come and jump in to watch the session. And yeah, excuse me when I head off to the jungles of Chop.
What time do you start tonight?
Like in an hour.
Okay. All right. We'll hit you up tonight.
Oh, cheers, mate. Thank you.
No problem. All right. See you soon,
Thank you.
John.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Look forward to it.
I told my wife that I would, keep it to an hour. So we're
Feel free.
gonna bounce too.
Absolutely.
I have to be responsible and follow.
So what I'd like to do is encourage everybody to join us with the GaryCon streams that we're doing now. So those are over on our YouTube channel. So it's either youtube.com/GaryCon or youtube.garycon.com. Either one is the right one. We are running every other Tuesday. We've got a game. That's I should have said this while we still had Chuck on, because it's a Castles and Crusades game. Every other Tuesday, we've got mine that is the main Gaxworks game, which is the Heroes of Okrim and the Shintufi Chronicles. It's actually got Miriam Gygax and Bushra Gygax, the daughter and wife of Luke as well, who are playing in that. And then we're going to be adding something new too. Actually, a couple of new things. The first one is an Aliens game that's going to be on Mondays. But then we're also going to add something that's in the setting that's coming out in October. And it's from somebody who has spent a lot of time with Monty Cook and a number of other things too. So that not that it's a setting that Monty Cook helped create, but it is. So if anybody is not paying attention, Planescape's coming out. But Eric Campbell, who is a former writer for Geek and Sundry and a regular gamer and streamer, is actually going to be running a regular 5e game for us. And so awesome. In Planescape. So we're definitely excited about that too. So really appreciate it, and definitely excited for this weekend. This is going to be great. I mean, absolutely fantastic. So
it'll be a fun time. Just
I can't wait. I can't wait to absolutely ruin it for Dad.
Well, let's hope not. Let's hope.
Jokes aside, I am very excited, and being able to work in this kind of tag team way that we've kind of laid it all out. I've definitely run games alongside my dad. At GaryCon, we ran a couple games, but this is the first time I think I've ever ran a game that'll lead straight into one of his. So that's going to be very interesting because our DM styles are similar yet incredibly different. So I'm very excited for our players to get to have some incredible, hopefully really good experiences with both of us. And If you're a murder hobo, come out and say it. Okay, that's all I have to say. I want to appease people, but if you're a murder hobo, you need to just admit it. Just so we're clear.
But also be very aware that both Lindsay and I both love and know exactly how to deal with murder hobos.
Always.
It'll be fun. It'll be a fun watch, and I really appreciate you both coming on and participating.
Of course.
So,
Thank you for having us, Jay.
Thank you so very much.
Thanks, Jay.
It was good to see y'all. Good night, everyone.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.
Robert, you still there? Yeah, I don't know if Robert.
Yeah, I am.
All right,
Sorry.
cool, man, cool. Yeah, please feel free to hang as long as you want, because both John and Wiley, the other two guests in the second hour, are not coming. So we got Greyhawk Reborn for the next 45 minutes here. So Dave and Ron, yeah, introduce yourselves, please. Who wants to go first? Dave, Ron, go for it.
All right,
Ron.
I'm Ron Weaver, Captain Ron on Discord and the socials. I'm the newest, I think, addition to the GHR administrative team and administrative folks. And like Lindsay who said previously, like what really scared me off as a new GM to Greyhawk Reborn is just this crazy rich history of Greyhawk. I mean, back to the LG days, and then 10 years of Greyhawk, or 8 years of Greyhawk Reborn before I jumped on board. So the last thing I wanted to do was like not know the name of the tavern keeper at whatever dive bar in Gradsel that everybody knew who played LG. So that was sort of, but I would say that the community has been great, and it's forced me to learn not only some old school Greyhawk lore, but really not be afraid to throw my own lore in, because as an organized play group, we jump beyond the end-to-end LG to do that. So our GMs weren't beholden to old lore. You can make those little Easter eggs and little homages to the old LG days, but it's our Greyhawk, and that's awesome.
Yep,
great point.
Fantastic. Yes, I've said many times, don't let the don't let canon get in the way of good story. Mm-hmm. We're all about storytelling.
Well, Dave, I really appreciate you coming on again, both of you, and Ron as well. So let me let's just go over to this. We'll go over. I noticed something, because I like to, because everyone knows I'm OCD. And I notice a huge number of ticket jockeying going on in your events every day. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like are people like talking to each other? Like, I want to be in this and that, or how, I mean, it's just like, or is it just happening behind the scenes? And you guys are like, okay, whatever happens with the signups. Do you guys know about that? It's like,
I think that happens a lot, especially with virtual games. I mean, It's easy. Quite frankly, the lack of a financial commitment, it's easy for people to bounce around, and then real life gets in the way.
Right. Okay.
But this is typical. Like at one point, I think I ran a game at RPG Alliance Con last year. I had a 200% turnover.
Wow.
Within like a 2-week span, which makes it difficult when you're trying to cat herd. And then you got the inevitable, like, hour before 3 people drop, and then the wait lists get added, and then
I know
that throws a monkey wrench into things. But I think we have a good problem. We have more demand than ability to fulfill it.
You guys have 14 or 15 games this year, which is really fantastic.
Yeah.
Please tell us who are the DMs this year.
So we've got, of course, Josh Pop. Needs no introduction. Running we got him to wrangle a game for us. He's running the Sinister Secrets of Saltmarsh Friday morning.
Yep.
And then I'm up. I'm running 3 slots, 2 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's sort of a fun introductory adventure running around in Neoldra during one of the festivals.
Yep.
So running 2 sessions of Spring Break, and then the follow-up adventure that I'm running Sunday. So I think there's enough people that are going to carry over between the 2 Friday games to get the part 2 in. Bill Gardino is running. We're starting a Kingmaker campaign arc.
Yep.
We're running that up in the Bone Marches.
Nice.
So it's sort of an undeveloped area in our own campaign world, and then shenanigans can happen there, and it's fine. Jay's running a couple slots into the unknown. I play test it. Good luck.
How about this? More than meets the eye.
So that's Dave's. Dave's got a couple intro
Dave.
adventures. Let me pitch over to Dave.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, just More Than Meets the Eye is a 2-round adventure that we're taking, a 2-part adventure, 8 hours. We're taking the first part of it and running. It is a completely intro adventure to the Sheldamar Valley, where
love it.
Players end up start off in Loftwick and get introduced to that area and have a famous or infamous meeting with a bakery up there. And we go on from there and travel through the Sheldamar Valley. Players get a chance to choose their path in it. And it begins a pretty monumental story arc that we have some more adventures that are coming up, high-level adventures that have been started on it. So it's the Devil You Know story. It's gonna leave some it's gonna probably leave some bruises and scars in GHR.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. That's been a fun story arc. And it's been run at all 3 tiers. So we're running 5e for those that aren't aware. So it's these couple are tier 1s to get people started, and then there's some tier 3s in that story arc, and it gets rough.
More Than Meets the Eye is actually an intro. It's supposed to be level 1 only. I can adapt to a level 2 in there, and then the Tomb of Frederick Thabel is basically the second part of that story arc. There's a lot of parts of it that are related. You want to play them in order if you can.
Yep.
Yeah. And then it looks like Lando is running a game for us. 2-part of the Sunless Citadel, another adaptation of an old classic. And that's one of the things that's kind of cool about, if I could stump for a little bit, because we got time to fill, right? So in GHR, one of the cool things we do is we can take old adventures like the classics, like we just ran Ghost Tower of Inverness, converted that to 5th edition. The Sunless Citadel, all the Saltmarsh stuffs, Against the Giants. So what we'll do is we'll take those and we'll fit them into our Greyhawk world and then run them as a mini campaign. So that's a lot of fun.
Can you legally and technically? I want to ask this question with Greg.
Sure.
If you write the adventure, you only you can run it, though. Is that correct? But if it's pre-published, anyone can.
So there's basically 2 lanes. There are author written adventures, which under licensing and the fan content and all that stuff, the authors or co-authors can run those adventures.
Okay.
We also have adventures that are called adaptations, where you basically take an old adventure that's a published adventure, any edition. I mean, I just ran the old Lords of Madness adventures and brought those up into 5th edition. Those were fun. So, but those you have to own the original adventure, and then we basically write an adaptation guide. We're not copying text. We're not doing anything like that. So basically, in Area 1, a Mythos encounter, Area 2, and then you write the things. I mean, we've done stuff. We just did a whole story arc with Spelljammer in Gray Space, with some of the intro adventures that WotC released, and we have an adaptation guide to run them in our campaign world.
Okay.
But again, it's not cut and paste. It's you have to own this, and in this paragraph, adjust here, change this location to here, change these NPC names to this, and then run it out.
I know I'm going to get deep on this question here, so I'm not sure if Dave would answer this or not. Do you have to check in with WotC annually?
No.
Okay, that's good.
We contacted them before we started this back in 2012, 2013. Let them know what we were doing. Got the okay from Chris Tulloch. Again, we are not stepping on any intellectual property issues. We have our authors or co-authors are running their own adventures, which is the way D&D is meant to be run. I mean, that's how you grow the game.
Yeah,
So
you kind of
we're not having any issues with that.
Yeah, you organize home run games in a way, so to speak. Yeah.
In essence, and we've put them around and have put an administrative and organizational framework upon it to create an organized play opportunity or living campaign.
it's awesome. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So good to see it's being run year after year, so to speak. It's fantastic.
We'd love to get a lot of our adaptations. Ron and I were talking about this briefly a little bit earlier today, taking some of the older stuff and adapting it, and getting more stuff out there, getting it into a format that is publishable.
Yeah.
Creating the adventure records and the documentation that goes with it, and the campaign guide, and allowing, game stores, and home games and conventions to create their own series of living campaigns based on what we're doing.
Yep.
So,
sounds like I need, when I have the GIS version up and running on my map, sounds like there needs to be a Greyhawk Reborn version made, so to speak, with your changes.
I would not say no.
It would definitely time for me that. So we need to coordinate later next year when I have the GIS version up and running, because then we can change things much easier.
An extra layer.
Yeah.
We could just be careful what you decide to bite off.
Okay.
I know you did the LG.
Yeah.
And there was hundreds of adventures?
Thousands.
And we're probably
Yep.
Well, we're somewhere between 400 and 500 adventures since we've been doing this for 10 years.
There you go, so to speak. So someone put notes, and we have to start looking into that work next year and see how we can be organized somehow, that they can be kind of cool.
I'd be happy to work with you on that.
And I know as somebody, I mean, I'm a Realms guy. Spent 20 years there, but I know,
We've
right?
had Ed on the show, so you're welcome.
We're better now. Yeah, I know, but I would, when you play D&D before you knew it was Greyhawk, like Scourge of the Slave Lords and the Demon Webs, that whole series, that was just D&D. You didn't know it was Greyhawk. But I think so. One of the cool things is me coming from that and writing stuff, original stuff, and doing a lot of the adaptations. Is so much of it what we do is already exists on your map. And it was such a good resource for me as a GM. Like I wrote an adventure for my home game that was on the Sword Coast. Well, there's the Wild Coast, and suddenly you change somewhere name and it works. So I think the maps, if anybody's not using Anna's maps, it's a good resource.
Thank you. That's the idea. It's supposed to, and I want to change the technology to something that is much more adaptable. So I'm in there 25% in the work of doing it. So converting it into a format that is much more usable, and people can download and use open source software to tweak it themselves, so to speak. So
yeah, that's great.
So, yep. So
we use the maps a lot in our adventures. We did an interactive. I think it was about a year ago, it was a race from Gradso up to Neil Draw, and we used the 12 hex map to be as a background map and to figure out time and such. And I know I use the maps all the time, and snip out what I need and drop it in my adventures and drop it in online or print up a copy for my players.
Exactly.
Cool. Yeah.
Very cool. Rob, you got a question for the Greyhawk Reborn guys?
No, nothing off the top of my head.
Yeah. So, Rob, you're a Castles and Crusades guy. What about what is it? 100%? Are you doing any 5e at all now at this point?
5e other than playing in games, and
right.
I nominally still have a game where a bunch of friends of mine and I get together every few months, but life has kind of put that on hold. And to be honest with you, once that's done, I'm probably giving up 5e for good as a DM. I'm still willing to play it. It's just not my cup of tea as a DM. If I want something crunchy, I'm more looking towards Pathfinder 2.
Got it. So my question to Dave and Ron is, what happens when WotC brings out the new edition? Do you stay at 5e? Do you move to the new edition?
We have already started some conversations on that. We think our player base that we have will want to continue in 5e and continue in Greyhawk, and I imagine we'll undergo some type of conversion. We've got some ideas on tweaks and more than tweaks that we want to make to our campaign, and we're calling it right now GHR 2.0.
Yeah,
and we got time to figure it out.
You have to house
sure.
rule.
I'm
That's
letting Ron do a lot more
fashionable.
talking on this one. You
Yeah.
guys have been hearing me for a long time.
That's okay.
Ron
We
has
love
brought
to.
a lot of good things to our campaign, to our administrative staff. His backgrounds and his interest just really has reinvigorated us a bit and pushes us to be better. So we're happy to have Ron on board. So I'll let Ron, if he wants to speak to that a little more.
Thank you, and I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I think given our player base, look, we're public facing. We're running on cons. We're running online. We're running in person. We're running in game stores. The people in those places want to play the current edition of Dungeons and Dragons. That is our constituent base. So we have to meet them there. But what we can do is we can bring Greyhawk into that, like we have done. We've made the commitment to stay with the current edition of D&D, you know, for those reasons. We have a lot of players who, you know, use D&D Beyond integration with Roll20 and the VTTs. They're going to want that. I think if we don't stay current, we'll get left behind. So we're sort of in that weird space because we're not streaming. We don't stream our games. I think that's something we just don't do. Because we have such a base of individuals to play those games, they're not one-offs. Like the game that I'm running this weekend, it'll be like the 5th time that I've run it, which sounds like it gets kind of stale, but it's the players that throw you those curveballs and don't get off the train and get off the plot train and go in a different direction, and you gotta pivot to that. But that's what makes it fun about repeating is each party has a different approach, and a lot of it's due to party composition, players. But yeah, we have to stay current because we have to stay current.
But here's the big thing: you run in person at cons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we used to, before COVID, we were running a lot more. We were probably at, I don't know, 8 or 9 cons a year, including we've been at Gen Con, we've been at Origins. We had a much larger DM base then. We had a much larger player base, just like many industries and many hobbies. COVID changed things. You know, right now we're at 4 cons a year. And there's just not a whole lot of cons. We're working with a local game store that is going to be moving shortly to a larger location. We've approached them and we're talking about some way to not only offer events in their store or Greyhawk Reborn events, but also possibly to develop it as a in-store campaign, I guess is what it would be. You know, there'd be GHR to it, but there'd be more than that to it. I'm not sure. We got to have some more conversations. So you know, but you know, it's just you know, it changed everything. So we're doing more online and doing a lot of neat stuff. But just got to keep growing.
Yeah, for those that aren't aware, the Greyhawk Reborn came out of the old Living Greyhawk, out of the Keoland region, which was Pennsylvania, New Jersey,
New York State,
some other states that I'm not sure of because I'm a new guy.
It was huge.
Yeah, so it was a huge.
Missed it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it was a huge geographic region. So I think sort of home base, the middle of the target on the map is the Harrisburg area of Pennsylvania for Greyhawk Reborn. So we sort of run at local conventions within a couple hour geographical radius of that. Worldwide online.
Awesome.
When we started, where Greyhawk Reborn came from, really is had always played home games, different groups. I grew up in Western PA, moved out here to Central PA. I live in Gettysburg, and had always had some local groups. Things like life does, they fall apart. And in early 2000, had a gentleman who was in our home group that was kind of falling apart as well. Said, "Hey, there's this new thing out. It's called Living Greyhawk." And we ended up going to his. He ran us an adventure at his basement. I don't know if any of you folks know Eric Keene. Eric's pretty well known in the Living Greyhawk community. So had a good time with 4 or 5 folks, a couple of friends of mine from Western PA. Ended up going down to, I think it was HawkCon down in DC a few weeks later, just for the Saturday to try it out, 3 or 4 of us, and had the wonderful experience of having Eric Menge run us through his 2-round adventure,
Nice.
Return of the Grand Duke. So obviously that just sucked you in when you've got an experience like that. And we just jumped into it wholeheartedly. We ended up playing a lot, ended up going to different regions, ended up growing our player base around here. We ended up with a group called the Regulators of, I don't know, anywhere from 10 to 50 people who were proud to wear that name on them. They wanted to be called Regulators to be a part of that group. As there were other groups in LG as well, like that. And when LG created an incredible gaming community.
Huge.
All over the world. 25,000 people playing all over the world, conventions all over the place, adventures being written and developed mostly through volunteers, other than a handful of paid WotC staff. And in 2008, it disappeared. And Living Forgotten Realms came out, and that was okay. I was an admin for them as well. I was an admin on the Key and the Triad for a bit. In that gaming community, because one of the things that the Living Greyhawk did was it had that regional aspect. You had to go to cons, you had to go to public places. It had to be an open campaign. So you met all these wonderful gamers. It made me a better gamer. It made me a better DM. It made me a better person. I met so many lifelong friends through there instead of just sitting in the basement with those guys that you normally play with. That community disappeared.
Yeah.
After a few years, missed those folks. So we decided to get something together again. Actually ended up with a handful of gentlemen who were actually part of my high school gaming group. I taught high school tech ed and ran a gaming club in there. And 3 of the guys and me, we were still doing some gaming, and we started talking about doing something and building. They had all experienced LG and doing something with that. So we started in the Sheldamar Valley, and everybody picked a region, and I started with Keelan. But we started basically to get that gaming community together again, to get gamers together. And we were doing a great job of that. We were at cons, like I said, we were at 8 to 10 cons a year. Some of the cons we were running 7, 8, 9 tables a slot. It was really growing. So that's where it came from, to bring that community, that gaming community, back together and get them out of their basements and their garages and their kitchen tables and bring them together. Because anytime you can bring gamers together, it's good for the gaming community.
How many games do you have at Mepicon in 3 weeks?
I don't know, what, 21?
Wow.
Like that.
Wow.
Two to three games per slot. 1, 2, 3,
I think it's
4,
3,
5,
maybe
6, 7, 8.
5 for the interactive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get up there. Maybe just for one day, just to come.
Yeah, come on up.
I'm gonna try.
It's a good time. It's a great con.
Okay.
It really is a wonderful con.
It's twice a year too. It's every 6 months.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's Lomas. All right. So let's see who's and we go over to Saturday night. Arrogantly, I'll say the main event of the con, the Grand Joust of Altamira, right? With some special guests. We have more, that includes Luke Gygax and Alyssa Faden, but we do have some more other than that. So let's talk about who is going, who is seated where. All right, we'll do that. And for first round, so you know who you're going to be fighting. A lot of people, I can see Lomas is on. Jeff, I'm sorry, Chris, you're on. There you go. We got Dennis, you're on as well. So let's show you where you are. The number 1 seed of all for this year, of course, every year is Tim's character. So Reginald, there he is. Remember, he's a dual class paladin / cavalier, then mage. So but he's still a cavalier paladin. So and he's got some really good stats and all. And his horse's name is Charles Sutherland III. Because his horse dies every couple of years, so Reginald, the number 1 seed, fights the number 16 seed from Keto, the Merc Warrior Tarish Ming from Ming's Mercenaries. Yes, I stole that from, you guessed it, Flash Gordon.
Flash.
Yes. So so he is the 16th seed again. One of you were very lucky there, Phantom. 491 Phantom. That's yours. Yes, but that's okay. You can make it happen. And there's Tim with Reginald. That's a first round match. The second match, Rob is taking over. This was Gary Julian year 1. William Henry Dvorak played him year 2. Rob is playing the Black Knight of the Great Kingdom this year. The mysterious Black Knight of the Great Kingdom. He always has some really pithy comments about hating humanoids. Fighting the 15th seed, which is yours, Chris. You get to play the lady. You get to play the daughter of a former champion, an NPC of mine, a beloved NPC of mine, Erin Winchester. She's a fighter, but she jousts in honor of her mother, who's a Cavalier Paladin. So yeah, that's 2 versus 15 in the first round. Third seed, probably seeded higher than he should be, but number 1, he went to the semifinals last year. At number 2, I'm going to kiss Luke's ass all I can. Yes, Eleador, the son of Melf, or Smelf, as we call him, is the 3 seed this year, and he is fighting, sorry, Patrick, he is fighting Juan Carlos, the captain of the Altamira Guard. So there you go, Patrick. You get to fight Luke Gygax in the first round. Remember, first round, if you lose, you go into loser's bracket after that single elimination. So everyone's guaranteed 2 entire combat sessions. Sorry, Patrick, that's the way it worked out. You get to fight Luke in the very first round. The 3 versus 14, 4 seed. Alan, who hasn't played in 3 years, Hessler Abdalis, the White. And he's a pretty nasty character. The 4 seed who he plays, he goes against, that would be, oh my God, I'm calculating this, 12, 13, right? 13, and 2 of my guys are fighting each other. He gets to fight Tom's Holding Caulfield of Valuna, a Cavalier. So we got a Cavalier Paladin against a Cavalier in that one. So 4 versus 13, 5. Okay. Dave, do you know who this Merrill Sheridan is?
Merrill Sheridan.
Yes. Who's that, Ron? There he is.
There he is.
Rings a bell.
Yeah. Who
Gotta
is
be
he,
some
Ron?
loser of some sort.
And I guess that's a title.
It's Watcher Inexorable Rock Merrill Sheridan, Knight of Merriman. Knight by deed, not by mommy and daddy.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
So Ron's character from Greyhawk Reborn.
Yep.
He's converted lower level and he's converted to 1E, 2E. But thanks, Ron, for coming in and playing, giving me this idea.
Yep.
I love the setup. He's and the miniature looks very similar to the picture. So the number 5, he's number 5 seed, and he fights someone out in the audience there. Lomas Lightfoot's character, Emerson Winchester the 4th. Yes, he's a fighter paladin, so he's not a cavalier at all. So not a very good jouster, but very difficult to unhorse. So that's that round. So that's who you get in the first round there, Merrill. Paladin on Paladin, but one, we do both subclasses of Cavalier and subclasses of Fighter from the original first edition. So we allow both.
What's he got? Does he have Sovereign Glue in his saddle? Is that what keeps him in the saddle?
It's a saving throw versus petrification. If you have rings of protection and things like that, they apply to your save, your petrification save. Plus, female characters get an extra +1 because they're lower center of gravity. It's written right in the chainmail rules. So actually, it's an advantage to be a female jouster. Yep. So pretty neat. Next we go to the 6th seed, and Tempest was right. We have Heather Hex is playing in the tournament, and that probably would scare the shit out of everyone because the mouthiest of all characters. Where the hell's Viriel? I don't. Oh my gosh, I probably have her in the other folder here. One sec here. Viriel. She should be in new recruit Scar and Crew. She should be in here. Viriel of House Selmelin. an Elven Cavalier. She's the Elven Cavalier class, 6 seed, fights Alex Antiquitus's character Gesherin Haflerinus, the only character from published source. If everyone knows, and hold on one sec. Now I got to reopen it right. I got so many subfolders of portraits. Gesherin is a fighter. Gesherin is the paramour, and he's got the symbol of from Karastein's castle on him. Yes, of Gesherin Haflerinus, the elven mage. So it's like the boy toy of hers. Yes, but he's the only published source character in the entire tournament. Yeah, and he's always Heather's character is hysterical. Heather's character is a big gray elven snob. So we'll see how good she may be. Really good, being 6th seed. We got a couple more. 7th seed. This is the funniest one of all. We'll do the 10th seed first. The 10th seed is Chuck Cumbo's character, Josh Death Dealer. He really has no business being in the joust, but it's so funny. He shows up intoxicated, but he usually wins 1 or 2 rounds just because he just doesn't care. He was 16th seed once and beat Tim on the first round, but this year he's 10th seed. Here's the funny thing. For the first time ever playing in a game on my channel, Steven's brother, Davis Chenault, is playing, and he goes up against Chuck in the very first round, which makes it even funnier. And my gosh, where is his character? His character's name, and look, he even has a crown, is Lord Eli Vonnegut the Magnanimous from the Duchy of Ernst. Yes. So there you go. Yeah, Davis is not a myth, and Davis is actually participating, and Chuck and him will have to go at it in the first round. Yeah, like that Vonnegut. I thought you'd be entertained by that too, Curtis. So that is a nobleman and he's a cavalier. He's not even a paladin against a fighter. Last, number 8 versus 9 is number 9 is Lork the Wolf. That's Buildmaster Crafter's character. Where's Lork? Lork the Wolf. He's a cavalier, very stern dude. And he got a wolf on his weaponry. He's a cavalier. He fights Alyssa Faden. Who's the 8th seed, Katarina von Kessel, the paladin, who actually did really well last time.
Yeah.
So she's in, and those are the 16, the 16 competitors.
Yeah. Now you need to talk a little bit about the rules for people who haven't followed in detail. A little bit about the rules you use for the yeah.
So real quick,
how it works. Yep.
Real quick. Now I've modified these slightly, but if you want to go to Dragon 17. You can find this page. It's one page. Here it is. Chainmail revised jousting in D&D.
Hey,
okay.
There you go.
And note, anything on the right side you don't have to worry about. I have my special customizations to it with the saves and all, highlighted in yellow. But over here is the most important area here. This is the shield and this row of here. Before, and everyone needs to have like a card of some sort to hold up to the camera because everyone's remote, right? Except for my guys, which will just write it down on paper. When the pass starts, and by the way, everyone knows this is all on stream, high resolution. I'll show you some pictures. You must choose an aiming point of these 6 and a defensive position on your shield, right? I'm sorry, I got it backwards. The aiming point on the shield that you're attacking, my bad, with your lance, and then your defensive position of these 4. If you want lower helm, lean right, lean left, and that's it. And then this calculates a matrix based on, I have a huge spreadsheet with all the stats and all the pluses to hit and minuses to hit, and I can do that real quick because it's base numbers. All you need to roll is die 20s. Whether you glancing blow, whether you hit and possibly on horse, whether you catastrophically hit and possibly on horse is a huge minus for the save and its points, and all 3 passes max, or once you're on horse, over. So it's easy. It's fun. And there's a lot of shit talking, which makes it even funnier. So, and this is it.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's where the rules that you can find them are, and you can follow along there. And there's some betting. People will be betting on the side. Plus, Tim has Duncan Jousley, the Cromulent, who is doing all the announcing. So if you have an ad for Duncan, please, you can give it to him. give me 1 second here. Here is from an older year, but it's the same. It's in Altamira. It'll be in the Anna's got on the map in the box set, but here is the jousting setup terrain, right? There it is. We have figures for all characters, yeah, and there is a yes. So that's all customized 3D prints. Build them in. Look, there's even horse hooves in the dirt. Yeah, with the city in the background of Altamira in the downtown area of let me see if I got a better angle. And this is on my front page. You've probably seen this before. There's one from an angle that's showing. Yeah, you can see this free city of Altamira in the background. Yeah, and there you got Jester on the thing. You know, there's Gazumba himself. You know, all the characters are all watching, having a fun time in the background. So it's a fun event. And Bill has a custom painted miniature for every character. Nuts.
I love the heraldry that Bill.
Yeah. These are all the heraldry. You can see there's Prince Ulick. There's House Cartress and Celine, Keelan's heraldry. You know, the first Ulick Pathfinders over here. Yeah, there's heraldry he's done on these banners that represent, and on the wall too, as you can see, they represent campaign heraldry that we use in the Order of Ulick itself. Yeah. So we, like I said, we go into detail on our Greyhawk.
So are you playing hardcore like miniature wargamer rules? Like when you lose, your minion gets crushed?
No, because because Bill would kill. Yeah, you know how many I break enough miniatures, Ron.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. There. Tim just sent an email. DuncanJoustley@gmail.com. He's got his email for Duncan Joustley the Cromulent. If you want to send an ad, there will be an ad this year for the Tickling Feather, by the way, which is franchised from Diamond Lake outside of Greyhawk back to Altamira for the Altamira box set. So yeah, we know there'll be a new advertisement for that. Any questions from anyone here, or any questions in the audience about the joust and what's going to happen? And we're going to have that round robin tournament for the 3 champions. And Garner guessed it. I'm going to have the champion of the 16 fight the champion of those 3 for bragging rights. Saturday night, 6 p.m. It runs 4 hours. 4 hours is plenty of time. We'll be raiding into John's Shadow of Lyric's Tower. Lyric's Tower is in Vespi Forest. You know, it's supposedly a two tower setup, and there's supposedly a lich there. So we'll see what John has prepared for that. Miniatures are expensive. What kind of mad person would destroy? No, I think Roger, it was a joke. But yeah, the first time we did this, it took Bill like 4 months. Yeah. Plus, this stuff won't travel. I can't. That it's just there's no way I can send those 3D prints out.
Yeah. As someone who prints and paints, I mad respect to the Master Crafter.
He's awesome, isn't he? He does fantastic work. So you will see me producing the 7 a.m. game for Tim's. I have nothing on Friday. I did that because if I get stuck in Dallas for some reason, I didn't want to have to cancel anything. So I just said, you know what, I'm not even gonna do a seminar on Friday. I just don't know if I'm hopefully going to be home late Thursday night from work. And then the Grand Joust of Altamira. And the last thing I need to discuss is Sunday evening. Greyhawk asked the experts. Confirmed, Roger Moore, 100%. Joe Block, Alan Dog Growy. Eric Boyd is like 60-40. And Eric Ramon, unfortunately, can't make it this year. He's away, but he'll be at GaryCon. So we got a good group here to ask questions. Malden, we'll see. I don't know if Malden hasn't responded. So I'll be in Temple, Blue. Then I gotta drive all the way up from Temple to Dallas to catch a flight out Thursday. So, yep. Yes. So, what questions does anyone have of anyone else here about the con? What we're doing? Let me go back to this. So it looks like open seats. Yigsburg appears as one ticket reopened because that was empty this morning. The Dawn Chaser, the same thing, one open seat. More Than Meets the Eye, one open seat appears. Brunch in the Dying Earth. This one is the one at 10 a.m. Saturday. It has 4 open seats. Hopefully we can get that filled. So if you're interested in this, let me open this up and see what this is. The only one that's not like got 0 or 1. Brunch in the Dying Earth. Journey through wind-bathed forests and across crumbling mountains for a chance to discover hidden magics, odd villages, or perhaps even a magician's manse in this sandbox style crawl through the world of the Dying Earth. Being a level 1 character, 3-tiered hat, and a mimosa. Cool. It's Theater of the Mind, and it is Ludwig Ergron. I think that is Curtis J. Hafner, if you know him. I think that's who he is. So that's the one that is not filled. And then if we continue down, look, sold out, all sold out. That's Altamira Comes to Air. That's a seminar. Blood of Ayus, one opening, one ticket. And that was filled out this morning. Shadow Lurks Tower has on John's game. Someone had dropped. There's an opening there. The Tomb of Fraddock Thavel, Dave's game, has one ticket. Sunday at 9 a.m. It looks like someone canceled Andicarus' Zeef game. There's one ticket now open for that one. And that's it. Man, it's pretty full. I mean, this is the most we've ever had. And thank you, community. It is really, I mean, it's really filled up. So, awesome. What would our three guests like to say in closing? Dave, Ron, and Roberts. Go ahead. Who wants to go first?
Hey, we need to find more DMs, don't we? We got all these people that want to play things. Maybe that's something, with this community we need to work on, figuring out how we can foster them, how we can help them grow, how we can get them started and encourage them in their journey from player to DM. Yeah, obviously it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, looking at the list, I actually feel guilty that I'm not running a second game this year, but I decided to play more games.
Don't worry about it, Rob. We've done enough. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to enjoy yourself a little bit, and I understand that completely. So, it's okay.
Anybody sitting here and has been on Jay stuff, I'm sure has more than paid their player debt to the community by doing things. No doubt about it in my mind.
Dale, that sounds good, man. Running a game next year. It'll be our
Wonderful.
fifth year.
And
yep.
Dwarf too. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Good to hear.
Yep.
Ron?
Be excellent to each other.
I like that, how you just kind of came around and you just circled
Something
that all
wrong with
around
that.
there. No, that's what a good comedian does with his act. Comes back to the beginning.
And Roberts?
Yeah, no, I mean it's going to be a fantastic weekend. There's so much going on. Can't wait to kick off. Can't wait to kick off my campaign with this. So that's going to be. Hoping everybody enjoys my version of Niron Madness because there's a lot going on.
Is it Von Moko approved?
I've made sure to look at some of the stuff that he's done.
That's good.
I haven't had a chance to actually talk to him about any of it, but
Right.
yeah, let's put it this way. I've taken inspiration wherever and whenever I can. I also freed myself a bit the fact that it is set in 623, so it gets me beyond some of the current stuff, and even some of the LG stuff that I am using has mostly been resolved, but there's still elements that I'm taking from it.
Sounds like an easy conversion into
Way
a
to do it.
GHR adventure. We're in 623 right now.
So am I.
Damn,
I
I
just
do remember
Really?
what year you're in.
I don't advertise it.
I'm 599. I'm on day 2 of 599. Yep.
Yeah, I've done adventures back and forth all over, and I realized at some point that I wanted to do something more in the vein of because I'm doing CNC in Greyhawk almost exclusively now. Have it all be part of the same thing. There's no reason for me to be running a whole bunch of one shots that just kind of fall off into ether after they're done.
Mm-hmm.
My GaryCon, I've got 3 GaryCon games that are all going to be part of the same campaign.
Nice.
Everything is going to be tracked in World Anvil. I've got the World Anvil stuff mostly done. At least it's good enough for, let's put it this way, it's good enough for the start and what I need it for. And then I'll be tracking everything there and then reaching out to people to see when they're, if and when they're interested in playing and getting other adventuring groups going.
Very cool. Dave, anything in closing?
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
And Ron, for GHR, it's as my brother used to say, it's always good to be had.
Definitely. Plus, we heard a little more in depth of some back history and what's going on, which is really cool.
Yeah, looking forward to this weekend and seeing some old faces and new faces. Well, hearing old voices and seeing new
Yeah.
voices on Discord. So be a good time. Looking forward to it.
Anna, what do you got to say in closing?
Just say that I think it will be a fantastic.
I hit the wrong button.
adventure.
Wrong button.
Oh, there you go.
Wrong button.
There has to be a chance for
There
that.
had to
too,
be.
so,
Yeah. I meant to hit that, and I hit that. So there you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
And
Anna.
I'm just going. No, it's and I'm sorry again that I'm not participating as much as I wanted to, but definitely I will for future cons and so on. But I have some cool stuff for Altamira, so
Awesome.
there will be some new stuff shown at the seminar there.
Very
so,
cool.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, Anna.
Oh, thank you, Curtis. Yep.
So
there will be more stuff. Yep.
Yeah, and look, it all squiggled all the pictures here. I won't be around. There will be no Legends of Lore Wednesday, and there'll be no game for me Thursday, as I'll be in Texas for work. I've already stated that multiple times. The next time I'm streaming will be Saturday morning, 7 a.m. with Tim's game.
And we'll try and fill that with some mapping streaming on Wednesday and stuff. So we'll do my best to try and fill that with some streaming. Yep.
That would be fantastic, Anna. It would be really appreciated. All right, we're going to do 2 giveaways here. We're going to do the giveaway for the Classic D&D reprint, and then we're going to do the special seat in Steven Chenault's game. So let's do that first. We're going to do the 3D print giveaway. I'm not 3D print. Listen to me. Classic D&D reprint giveaway. You know, I got a whole bunch here. Let me know what the winner wants from the pile. Give us let's call exclamation point drawing. I'm going to close it out in 10 seconds. All right. Sounds good. We'll do that, and then we'll do the seat. And remember the rules. You have to be on. You have to be available from 2 to 6 Friday, and not in any other event. Okay, and you have to be on the Troller Games Discord. What's in the pile? Treasures, Dungeons and this one, Dungeons of Dread, Border Watch, Warden Cane's Fantastic Adventure, a Fiend Folio, another Border Watch, Scarlet Brotherhood, G1 through 3, S4, and I-10, I-11, and I-6. There you go. You got your choice of one of those. All right, let's close this out and see who wins. And then, of course, Patrick goes to town on all this. Of course, here, giveaways. And then I'll close it out. Here we go. Winner is Lomas. There you go, Lomas. You got it. Winner. All right, Lomas, I got you. You tell me what you want. I'm going to close this out. I know he was on, so he's good. All right, I'm going to complete this now. I'm going to reopen this. It's going to say the same name. I'm not going to change the name. Just let me know. This is for the seat in Steven's game. Okay, Lomas, you want a Classic D&D reprint. All right. Here we go. It's restarted. If you want in on this game from 2 to 6 on Friday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. EDT Friday for 1 seat in Steven Chenault's GMing game. It's titled Beneath a Stone Sky. All right, so we got Phantom and Dan Weirdo in. Okay, all community people. I'll give you all 15 seconds. So it may be a 1 in 3 shot, which is all good. All right. I'm going to close this out. So you got a 1 in 3 chance. The winner, you must get in touch with Chuck, okay? All right? Must get in touch with Chuck. I'm going to close this out. The winner is Chris, GD, TRFB, 1995 has won that game, and you are also in the. Yep. So there you go. I will let Chuck know that you're in the game with Steven Chenault. Congrats on winning that. Lomas, get with me on what you want. Dave, thank you. Ron, thank you. Rob, thank you. Anna, thank you. All the other guests. What? Treasures? You want treasures there, Lomas? Let me know. Treasures is awesome. Awesome thing. Yep, I got it. I think I got your address too. Very cool. For everyone, we're going to raid into Phoenixy tonight because he showed up on the stream and has a game on right now. So let's raid into John at Phoenixy to say thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you all. What a great discussion. And look at that, 9 on the nose. I couldn't even do that if I tried. Yes. But I hope to see everyone. Enjoy the week. I'll be back. Hopefully I'll be back Thursday night. Everyone enjoy. If there's problems and you can't get a hold of me, it's gonna be real hard to get a hold of me Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Contact Zarathon, Josh Pop. Okay, please. If there's something convention wise, or Anna even, contact them. If you can't get a hold of me, odds are it's gonna be really tough. We're not even allowed to have cell phones on in this training for 3 days, so it's gonna be rough. All right. Yeah. Well, it's
life.
Yeah. I don't even want to go there on this. So, like, I've been with my company 29 years. So, what am I going to do? I am a soldier. Oh, all right. Let's raid the Phoenix. We'll call it a night. And thank you all for a wonderful, wonderful pre-show. Looking forward to to everything that comes together this upcoming week. Phoenix, PHOEN. Show up. There he is. See if we can get over 70. Just say hello. If you haven't followed, give him a follow. Right at that number. All right, cool. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll see you later in the week. Boom.
Yep. There we go. Went across.
Okay, shut this off. Thank you, everyone.